Imagine a city so advanced, so prosperous, and so confident that its people believed nothing could ever bring them down. A place where warnings were mocked, truth was ignored, and morality was treated as a joke. This isn't fiction. This is the story of the people of Lot, a powerful example of how a civilization can collapse from within. Their story isn't just ancient history. It's a mirror, reflecting timeless lessons that still echo today. The people of Lot lived in cities near the Dead Sea, in a region that was fertile, bustling with trade, and strategically important. On the surface, their society looked strong and stable. But beneath that facade, moral corruption had taken deep root. According to historical and religious accounts, they openly practiced behaviors that went against the natural moral order of their time. What made their situation so dangerous wasn't just their actions, but the pride with which they defended them. They rejected guidance, silenced their critics, and normalized what was once considered shameful. At the core of their downfall was a behavior their society openly practiced and aggressively defended: sexual immorality, carried out publicly and without shame. What made this uniquely destructive wasn't only the act itself, but how it was normalized, promoted, and even enforced. Those who refused to participate or dared to speak against it were mocked, threatened, or pushed out of society. This collective moral rebellion became the defining feature of the people of Lot, and the primary reason they were warned repeatedly. Prophet Lot, peace be upon him, was sent to warn them. His mission was clear: to call his people back to righteousness, humility, and moral responsibility. He spoke calmly, patiently, and persistently. He reminded them that actions have consequences and that no society can survive when it abandons basic ethical boundaries. But instead of listening, the people responded with mockery. They accused him of being old-fashioned, weak, and out of touch. Some even threatened to exile him for daring to challenge their lifestyle. One of the most striking parts of this story is how the people confused freedom with arrogance. They believed that having power in numbers made them untouchable. Anyone who questioned their behavior was seen as an enemy of progress. This mindset slowly destroyed their ability to self-reflect. When a society reaches a point where it can no longer accept correction, its downfall often becomes inevitable. The warning signs were clear. Social injustice increased. Hospitality, once a noble value, disappeared. Crime became normalized. Public spaces that should have been safe turned dangerous. Yet, the people continued to deny any wrongdoing. They demanded proof, signs, and miracles. Not to seek truth, but to challenge and ridicule the message being delivered to them. According to traditional accounts, the final warning came when divine messengers visited Prophet Lot in human form. Their arrival exposed the true depth of corruption within the city. But even at this critical moment, the people refused to change. Prophet Lot was instructed to leave the city with those who believed, under one condition: they must not look back. This command symbolized a complete break from a corrupt way of life. What followed was sudden and overwhelming. The cities were destroyed by a catastrophic event, described as a combination of powerful earthquakes and a rain of stones. By morning, a civilization that once felt invincible was erased. The land itself was transformed into one of the lowest and harshest regions on Earth, a physical reminder of what had occurred. The story of the people of Lot is not merely about punishment. It's about cause and effect. It teaches that when corruption becomes public, when warnings are ignored, and when arrogance replaces accountability, collapse is only a matter of time. This narrative has survived for thousands of years, not because it's dramatic, but because it is deeply relevant. Across history, many civilizations have fallen for similar reasons: moral decay, abuse of power, rejection of guidance, and the belief that progress justifies everything. The people of Lot serve as a powerful case study of how societies don't fall overnight. They rot slowly from the inside until a single moment exposes their weakness. Today, their story invites reflection, not judgment. It asks us difficult questions. What happens when a society silences moral discussion? What happens when criticism is labeled as hate and truth is dismissed as backwardness? And most importantly, are we listening when warnings appear in our own lives, in different forms? The ruins of the people of Lot may be ancient, but their message is timeless. History remembers them not for their strength or wealth, but for the lesson they left behind: that no civilization, no matter how powerful, can survive if it abandons responsibility, humility, and moral balance. And that is why their story continues to be told, generation after generation. Thank you for watching. If you found this story thought-provoking, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the lessons of history.